draw the jay. And no number I'm sure say ti abakosem kakra na yesua de su kakra na ebi wo ho na ede ebi wo sa asefem ebi wo sa ewonwa o hwe ya papa ebro for the jay ya na so waka sa akasa ebra so say ye de mpese mujumadi ne ebro ewo Adom TV bedwam so make out some text message in 1760 no nkuru pepepe ni page mu amana na abrefo so abeto aso kopem say nondu ebebo ti 1760 simfoni amiensa ene anopei nana do danko akufado ne nkomodi obodi a kire MPP adehye ne Ghana man edidi nkomoni bi anopei a wa ha no say kuo bi kro so won de aye nkrata ba se be na ntwentwen so ebi no so won sie se de na na ye no party ni nya ne dia ebi no so adwenche se de na na ye no bra okọ no okra Ghana for so okọ nti waba oba Ghana for akọ aba ne kwanso no de MPP mrakuni ni sibre de eka ni na se for san komo nyina ebe wa no se na se empa se ode no besa ma se 2016 akonya no se MPP 40 na se obekọ a eno so ebe hwe ho nsusu so alopei ewo ahanum se. Well, yaba begina energy crisis tie say Nigeria for the hwambo tie se nkrata wasem no Ghana so yense ma emre kakra obabi ifise sakoshe Nigeria for no mu etutue bi aye ensiaga enam ne kwan so saa de ni nyina no so no yebehwe na yaka ho asem e wa no say obuko gina adesua so ye ho nso a de ebobo ba ne se sika sumbu ye pa 85 million Ghana cedi o mato ne jeje mu ama ayira kwati kwan kakra kwan ya fa so bae ho asem so yebehwe na yaka ho asem bari nyina na menko so na wase se wajibre a wo hwe eye bedwam wa Adom TV multi TVs ne wade se dia mde ma wan se bibia da na mrika so ko yonko bi dem ana ko obi office na ana ko obi pim ana asaso asa na wonya bi ahwe emwa se de bia betima tena se adwojo ho ahwe ne yie ne de gigi box ni bi na wanka se nya adaje na hwe bedwam wi Adom TV o ne ma pie wo so a obetimi ahwe a ebebo e wakonya se nyina so Adopei mesaka orabu bia mo akọ Acquah pem south ade hye wo no ma ojina wona na mu omrashi bedwam na ode wona de srede ne omado se de agomakoma so ade so ato Ghana fo ani mo omrashi bedwam wasa abo ama Ghana mrakesi epesi hye no edimu na awie peyo orabo akwaba bibia boko
ami ado bibia boko
pesa so boko
eguso
kakaka
no man ni sika na emaso eguso
musika na emaso
assembly hokra de more problematic common fund esana bibia kechi o say newly created district ti skeni ha bibia nkoso
nja assembly ni sa na
ayesa no omti o mo twen
na mo pusu abaya say pusu ni mu na atini kankan ti mo pusu ade je na eba
oh me sure say skeni na bi ni ho bi ho anka aban de aba na ebia MP kakra beto ayuma MPs common fund ma na assembly no part Joseph ani nyina ma omuna yesa omuntumi ye no 6 match kra na o se mbobu se free e hands no motuma 6 match
me for na bobu se free
assembly no so kazo e kasi e ko bobu se banka interest no be cost 20 fem ye common fund kakra na enfa nya 6 match yesa ye ntumi ye
wow but there is can you say o man ko there is just ready ko ana autopilot.
Oh, not necessarily. Say, so usika so ade be no ma bebre. Usika na nso nso a obeja bebre wo mra kakra betimi dia ye no. O dia ye. Ti sa na akosi.
I see. You call the ruling National Democratic Congress and so Deputy General Secretary Kofi Adom so say you go fi appoint say. We have ko. On the flip side, also no NDC muti say.
Oh, we have ko so ye.
One of manage Ghana.
Oh, sure.
We have na kwanso.
So far so good. There are challenges at every time. Challenges, you confront them. Now we deal with them as and when they come up. What Honorable Kamwasem, districts continue to take revenue. They raise revenue. Common fund just part of sources of what funding. And you know, kitty order run on the district. So. They need to continue. By all means, common fund and the and other it's always been in arrears. We have payment system Nangasankura, it must be in arrears. problem is so bad. The arrears period no may increase, and that is what Yewo says here. It doesn't mean that so they should begin to manage on other IGF, internally generated funds, apart from this assembly common fund and other funds. Many of the districts, the DFID funds and many other funds are should be managed and managed appropriately. And I believe say common fund in Acquah, they can this is and I don't know how, maybe he may be able to explain further how they arrange such that MPs for share of the common fund, na assembly na anka originally no sika no ko de oko to the assembly street and okay yemfa share bi so nkama MPs say Acquah de MPs won the no rather no earlier than even the assembly itself. I don't understand really why that management management principle and I should think that we need to review it. Minka and we could improve on our governance. It doesn't matter whether Nepal or party now cow party like the MP should not even take a share of the common fund, but they should supervise the implementation and execution of projects. If we see in our assembly, however, I seriously think that the principle for which the MP share of the common fund was introduced, and I think has long been overcome. Now that assembly Nankasa so the same Ejumano, like giving scholarships, engaging in emergency. Yema then go back to the district assembly now on Ejuma. One year lucky now district I have 2 constituencies. A chunk of your money may possibly go into MP share of the common fund in the name of Muditia scholarships and such or that. Yes, they are important, and also they may not be the most important.
That's assembly near same. Assembly near same.
Yeah, they may not be the most important.
Well, said so-called MP share of the common fund. It used to be 5%, and a chair cost 7.5%. Initially, 95% is given to the assembly. It's not like.
No,
the thing is that it's not given to you, say Usikani. It's in your name, say projects ben also be recommending media. That is all. It's not say we are disconnected and say also share Nina, it's in your name, just like the GET fund and the National Health Insurance Fund. They write a check in the name of, for instance, we call National Health Insurance, MPCR. They write a check in the name of the Director of Health. Who the answer over chase check, no? Now Director of Health at Nancy say, oh, who say projects when we under health, no? We are no account to be to National Health Insurance. That is what it is. Yes, we are who he has a discussion, same now with the year pay. So all the year be before Friday, then you have to account for that year or the year. Otherwise, no. You cannot since 2009, be MP. Who be Director of Health, Director of Education. Because you check now, the the problem you face, and they say, maybe about the Director of Health and Education or the year project. Once you go far from a young say project to her, see MP with Dimmy here, and I think for 4 crowd from a year, a year party for NDC for other NDC for. It's because you don't seek to control the fund, you just send it to the assembly. For the common fund, you know, sometimes what happens, and they say, Ebedu for the crowd, assembly na kwa GBB was a tea or man said this can be a call. And as MP Nankasa emergency, yes, school be a bugumu was emergency and most supply cement new finishes. The across supplies are no man. The common fund the banner was a mukutrianaka. Say MP my demo by G's cement ne who finishes in normal say emergency BSC her. It is a MP share of the common fund about there saying I was a the command pakra. Because I know I could account more assembly. Let me say a chair this city in Mukrano. We who are not me knew this city in Grana, me did or account to mammy in my name. That's the kind of so called districts. And see, I made common fund for Adom attention and we are applying I'm saying new this is me account na how much years can I go. Until one, the percentage is so small. Say bar before the major one crisis because as you cannot is something else. Two, and yes, as you cannot na they share the whole assembly. As you said, no, IGF ne kaka home, but you also understand say for most districts, no, this year Minister of Finance or can say the major problem I want to say internally generated funds. This is going to be raised. Our person here major forum to bring issues and to bring consultants to see how these districts can even generate their own funding. Otherwise, only depending on central fund, no, common fund. The maybe a standstill.
I see.
Sometimes they force people to pre-finance, but it's at a heavy cost. Or they borrow, borrow credit worse.
All right, that's it. 1760 now.
I think we all have a role to play. Now, Yembuama, Yen MPs, no. Or more like what we call it statutory role or they are not supposed to actually be agents of what development.
But we've done our bit. But the promises
no. It's because of the way. It's because of the way we are. And the sometimes core work no. We just research to look at bills and be able to because one call constituency and in so say there's some problem somewhere now MP and call is going to cost you votes. Constituency, our MP is there actually supposed to help scrutinize bills and make sure that bills are passed. The situation where clauses will find their way in, and tomorrow a vice chancellor may use it to charge tolls.
Now, no, now, you need to say the person. Week, and as a motion, the colonels were quite 82. We know back who feel Krana
82 say.
Out
of the normal. Usually, some communities be or they
combine.
But you never become responsibilities. A year be as or quasi. Oh, yeah, say, who constituency
who are representing or mouse who nimbe a year to a mama see a year. Ombesi we here went me anko obes mama yako
by the bomb charge
e konso I don't think I don't think say a committee be
na 100 enko a year for na 100 every now to be
a year dey bo ka
we are putting so much pressure on
the campaign
MP no su hand say now to cross ko a year numa enum that's about 100 most of it 2,000 Ghana.
And we spend even more than that. And in fact, it depends on the size of the year.
And the size of the year.
Size of the year.
300 or maybe.
They know how to be more.
Yes,
size. The Papuan or here, no, if you are here and maybe this check a CBU, we are party to cry or sank a bonds. So who would have a bonds in the name of the party? Because party don't say into Rezibi. You know one also but what I'm saying is that Yampo election time beduno, Ebagas MP by on Yashi. You guys are on Yashi. You have to show say you have managed to get projects on course. And I said if you're able to appeal to agencies, now agencies because may see a mamo. So one out there number. And I can say a bit 80%, raise it 20%, near fan county and find is you mamo. Also more the abuano.
All right, 1760. You're reading Como and the number no one, son, you have a TSC. Yeah, you want me and son and Pesci di cash. Yeah, the call for say, yen chas and discuss it. Marijuana hono, say legalizing. And there's a group who also thinks that the oldest profession, prostitution, so says sanitary, let's debate. Yeah, say no, so you better to say a pool and pool. Yeah, chili paddy. And so still at the end of it's like we are chinipa and so still so let's open up that debate and look at it. And what you are a legal is a course, whether as a result of a year will be arrogating to whom that power undeserved and a parliament in a week and our administration or more accommodating every kind of opinion, normally process Juma and Ghana, Hifa and Yedi.
Well, marijuana, our medicinal use, but no under supervision. For whatever reason, ingredients I want marijuana no it means for medicine the normal baby but no chance say it my individual no kwan say o de numa kopim say one mama unam kra wo hu hwe e mu binu na ebeda nyame ase ne say yenyi no yamfa ye ho anhye sa no ma we mu say because e bia nkan say nkamenti ha because when you are growing up as a young person challenges will help peer pressure. You say because boys school 7 years. We back could share all sorts of characters. Bo okra omoye no manya na wa anye bia if you say o de ya tetikwa o de dada ba na say o de uni ni ekoso. Obe to show say also
we are strong,
we are hip no. We back could echi e be na wa e basa. Obi o ha ni mesi bi o ha e wo school no. Omo wie school papa no man for more en tukwan anka sese hu ma hu se no mo sete omo tie bo obe wie form 5 no bia ne papa di BNT na bia o de net kwan o wie ma ko school abochire akware form bo san ba obe hu no say asumesi pa na ese obi onzo a na fie nya kra odidi disangofo ya chi saa ebe wie form 5 no on na mu saa obe hia no later 20 years later no o si nti onipa amene ne ko prempe college amema ese no na mo se nyina peer pressure ne bad company na saa bad company na be insanom na ye nko girls school na ye num wi smoke a jese o de ni apa ube wi no na youthful years me punk also the bob brank be do echi na so a responsible person any nyina akọ looking back nya ya nanka get those years back I don't think me tie lack of boss no nyina me de ma hu headlines that I say legalize marijuana me nya sure say e bia no ka say legalize o sorry bia benya bia no akoto na wonum ana say obi wo 10 acres or the be kokofo no o so be dem di dua wi.
His argument was that in debate, because it's a reasonable source of revenue generation for the country. In debate, I'm sure
revenue cannot be the revenue be. And some cocaine or tiwa ya mano mandate so making sure say bakukura en sikroma powder critical en sikroma no. Some cocaine kasika wo say marijuana na kasa. But that is not the issue. Recently, US, one state we legalize it more or less, but no restrictions ni a year no. Other states are looking at it, but most apart from that one state, will be can say yes, but now one funny in contest. Now you know to say general, you create a problem for the society. Of course, something like abortion. Situation may be bad. I was a doctor to me order
for that
abortion, authorize abortion, maybe under rape, under in parankasa conditions,
health conditions,
abortion and ababa and bewu. Those things, it's allowed, but doesn't mean say ababa be usi so out there. Oh yeah, ni apa afi ni semba akọ be a doctor abortion mama. Doctor no will be doing a illegal thing. Even in that context, but I don't think that should be the debate. That shouldn't be the major topic in Ghana now. Say legalize weed smoking and legalize weed cultivation and the use of weed per se.
But it comes from the narco boss. There's just a frustration.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I had listened to him so that I would not quote him out of context. Ebia sinosi canon ya na noisi money. But say okay pa say we in some no handle to say there yenyamo bianya na opedia. I don't agree with him. I don't think it will help us in any way. Because say grand nkolaba no omotiti edin. Na sande we ba be kan. Say me mama wo 4 boys na wo hwe bra wa bre pa so wa hwe ni ma 4 boys a ma de say me wo ma tu na mo be ma ba ko. The bia me can say the boy child is rather suffering because the mom paying 2 girls no mo ko school no. E bia no obeba no ukra ni bibia boy de obe ko school baba no wa ire bibia obe port 3 hours so kwa fa no be 2 hours am hwe no hu no oye no pe nti nkola tete ya den nti disa no ma bi be ka ho se
bi santu kunu to ha
say legalize we ni no mana o get more problem because say secondary schools no kra no kwa nsem esi wo how the heads, the teachers now suffering, even managing them. Oh, decide on the council sitting at school, who will be a coconut biaco, we know chairman was here. No, the side effect need be no, psychiatrists, a head of psychiatry in some of Kakana. There's no way you can say this is our priority and this is what we should discuss. Of course, you may also say, containing it now a problem. And substance keep to be able illegal. And no, who could not quarter. It will be do tune for sometimes. Yes, you may say, looking at the action in it, the effect, and then they web and then share. At the same time, also, Yaka say illegal. Kitwana Ukrano, Yanu, Sena, Uyusu.
I see.
But we also are here for Kakra. Maybe I saw a tongue, a man for metal. Now, I heard there. We could debate it, but I don't think it's a priority.
Okay.
Seriously, in some other Ghana, no. Yes, cigarette crank over Janum. Cigarette, with all due respect. Just a community ben I'm calling.
But the constituency of we smokers, I think it's behind the scenes, actually.
Yeah, yes, people do illegal things. Now, almost illegal things and side effects are huge. I say, crowd, any legalizing. And be young, but on openly says legalized. But even cigarettes, we are banning smoking in public places in Kakao. It's even out of fashion. Me can do say you say they say the over who will be no cigarette partner yourself. That's why you're addicted. Just was starting school Bremont and I say a sent until 3 days cigarette they bet me a cover. Otherwise, hardly would I see anybody holding a packet of cigarettes if you say fashionable. Okay. What's wrong? You are
Indian hemp legalization. Which of the aspects? Is it the production and possession and usage in legalized?
Processing definitely. Okay, we can change it. Legalize every step.
Production, possession, and usage, and even distribution and sale, or offense. And which of these now? Legalized? Is it the production? Why should we legalize the production? And not the usage. Is it because maybe pharmaceutical industry is growing and the yen legalize some aspect and have control farms so that omotuma supply to the pharmaceutical industries to produce various medications now some serious thinking and serious debating. Are we now, because in Drobebri are using contain some of these extracts from these drugs through and even some extracts from the plant heroin and even cocaine are used also in some of our daily drugs and medications now you're using. So a very highly debatable. It could be that okay, say pharmaceutical industries are growing. Now omube here some products from some extracts from this plant for omu production. Not because illegal so they have to now go and import it from somewhere. And the yentumen illegalized under some certification for you to be able to do it. And the Emma debate, because other than that, them honorable look, we or Indian hemp continue to cause the same harm that it was causing yesterday, for which reason it was made illegal. So it has not changed. The effect is still the same as it was yesterday. And you legalizing in there, you are just legalizing the effects for people to even suffer more. So for personally, dear, knowing the fluid situation and effect and how you operating, I will not even go for. I'm sure even under the situation it's possible for some licensing to be given to pharmaceutical industries to use part of it under some special checks and special but wholesale it's like prostitution. We all know that society abhors prostitution. our culture don't support prostitution. Anywhere I've been to Ghana, they don't support it. In the same way, religion, so all forms of religion abhors prostitution.
And illegal. So.
Illegal. So I really don't see how I ever can what I would support any day, meaning is abortion, legalizing abortion, because meaning illegal abortions is causing a lot of harm to this country. Young ladies be brain now, omwewu antenka illegal, omubeko normal hospital, not being afraid, and then the cost will be less because a medical officer will do it such that no effect will be on effect be our womb. Because ye jamuma illegal look, it results in a lot of effect. You're spending more to even treat those diseases that comes as a result of engaging in illegal abortion. Hardly will a week pass without reading a story about one penibia while Fabofrana through some illegal ways to do it. So that is where I think we can start looking at, because in the religious persons will say no, you have no right to terminate
abortion,
life.
Abortion is murder.
It's murder. They say you have then what they are doing is causing life. Prostitution we can stop if we make it illegal and they don't do it. Good for us. But abortion we no illegal. Omufa crime bisu omoye ma cause so much.
I see.
And so we should really debate. It calls for good debate, but I don't think that the suggestion should have been coming from NACOP. So NACOP, in charge of fighting, and you don't know they will initiate debate.
1760 now the text message that by the back in camera now Legon. You're claiming we are na Kofi kan ma say we have what now. Eddie say you need say no more bro. Say the woman the party 2 minutes here. No, the 2 minutes here Juma na afia be subject.
Legon issue no. Say matra akada. It has not been managed well at all from several sides. Because some of them strategy to Nukrano, they told us it was with the express permission of the Roads and Highways Ministry. Emma, some of them some commission minister no kotran hobi. Ebo oma baso. E can say oma yade na. You wish say other institutions better.
That was cutting sword.
No,
cutting sword.
Beyond that, then we come in. Omuta mo shasia first day omo shasia memi tuabi. Your friend minister of radio so.
Yeah.
Mean so your friend he justified it.
That's true.
Amo can say ama memi can say be amemete no. E ho kwan ase kra nti se community bi atumi bi dia. And I mean so your akopelo ni dia ye wi esito the agitation cities ye dia tieka. That is how far I debated him even on radio, because now me say fees and charges there or say ba parliament me efe. Initially, no, almost tickets in highways for tickets in almost beginnings of money. That was a legal version. Obia disputee. Initially, I just a buying friends of money. And some as problems in Aba and national security so on Kubu one side of their two booth from the other side of the road. Now, Mrani there, Mrano see invest in autonomy. There's nothing wrong with that. If you know much share say co campus who categories be a form some members. Yeah, Acquah school or hopping. Or much say or more or one year juma or one school no so or more still more members. And I must say in here and can members no who do honor to meet Chen Acquah or send him a room. That should have been the situation. But me a member, me a member, yet the back Legon. That's reality that I'm telling you. Yes, I mean my example. Sanity. So, me akoto sticker, me akoto sticker. Yes, me akoto sticker, me akoto sticker. Yes, I mean to be really gone. Maybe I'm telling so. You feel that me can say me akofa oponglu and send my really gone. And no say no. I think that it wasn't thought well thought through. And no me feel say issue. Now, instead of dialogue near be mobiati no has I had to say na me. Also plan to say na me. Because that many Ira itimensa na mini no ye di nkoma abonte na me say 80s na ye wo campus no won so na wo ye adwuma wo ho granted says after na population in say and then is now you use sticker.
Assembly
Amaho. Because you'll be authorized to use the sticker and ABI for the cost of the sticker. Until you sticker bohona we can invest in community no one. Udruwa you say ampa hana wo bani amoram. But say no use of the sticker na quite commercial. So between to anko na be falegon ho. Until what would you have achieved? So we a truck driver the whole year no for 500 Ghana. Moms they used to pay 50 Ghana. They say 500 Ghana. So I know what you have gone for. In today I know what achieve. Number 2, even mom 400 Ghana a year no. Yes, it's 3 months via to 150. Yes, a year no be 600, which is more than even a 400. Number 3, say all restricted access. There are other than one side in there. Where you are to. So be at me, but yeah, it was school no water hole. Who come water hole? Also make sure it's work for as at 12 about. Because and I will my own room so after 12. Yeah, part of restriction will be accepted. In the same way we rally gonna, they should know why you are going there. At the country I will call
her. They are commercializing the
They say they acquire commercialization. Do commercializing we don't catch them say to provide security and restrict access now. It will be hard for you to convince me. And some I tell you about the council say car cowboy and busi and cowboy say the quarantine etieka. That is where I don't agree. Because you can the enter sticker and production cost in the enter now resist access to Legona. You are justified because in your public place.
Academic environment.
In your public place. But you say no, why in the public place? Who bet me to Acquah there? Me to be I can say or could 500 Ghana. Yes, man in Tia. What you say? Into then how do you secure the place? Then your main motive is the commercialization. And they charge you 2 gates in I don't know. Those are the issues that I think it's not being handled, it's not being managed well. It gets to a point that I side with Legon. It gets to a point that I fought to them. Especially timer. As somebody they call court almost 2 years said no more. I mean it's an academic institution. The chairman of the University Council, retired Supreme Court judge. Professor Dr. Banan said no free Supreme Court. How would it feel, say, yeah, the Astronomer Court to Supreme Court against me such institution? Now it is the court so in several injunctions here, what message then do you send? Communication PR hasn't gone very well. Over Parliament, we are now for lawyers. We argue so much. If we so more right, why not? They have the right, but how are they managing it? How are they prosecuting it? Your campus, not say the sickest war. Utubiti and Kada. I don't see the sickest about a major issue because you are commercializing it. And in commercializing it in ground, you are not stating your case well. But you know, say that you are pitching the legal against the government, and it's for the government to resolve. But Chief of Staff Adom, National Security Adom, BNCC, Minister for Rules, they say no. And see, I said by no, I saw kind of so 2 assembly a year HD. It's not a 2 issue, but they say no sticker assembly. But it's the same thing. Once the original, I would join and say the OG 6 million a year. A book once it is because 365 days in a year. Every day, Grand Gabacoa. I get 365.
365.
They say UTR 600. If you have to pay quarterly, UTR 600. Is that a true matter or commercial matter or just a sticker? We better resolve this because it's not looking good at all. It's the first day, you know, go for the moment go school. As soon as you can, no mercy.
I'm a Mark okay.
No, one antico. How do you manage that?
That almost is open for rage and our galaxy.
Whoever said that, no, I mean, he did not speak well at all, and PR is giving the a very bad image. Canada, University of Ghana, Senka, you see, you don't mean as Senka, bank or veteran of Minako school. But Honda University of Ghana, so one admission there, you have access to the place. And I won't change maybe I'm in fact. And a block me and I'm chairman, I mean, yes, I'm at my room.
Oh, Jim over there, I go with you. We,
Unima, them are honorable Canada. The university have not managed me. now me support the upgrade of rules now, and I thought no, a very wonderful thing to do as an institution. But there were many processes. Omotu winya skekutia sabusia na omokobo and say kra say aban and just sabusia le obetia kra lo ye were alumni wo ye were many other institutions wo insurance companies wo banks wo omuyina they will be happy that there are good roads for their customers to drive on. And there is a way Ubotu might engage all these institutions, the alumni and even road users. Says stick and okra na ubeyama Obia Kranensa stick at a price so much. Ubotu imagine over a long, even when the road gets bad, you will still continue even taking the sticker fee and you'll be able to pay. But I'm really disappointed because this is the place of higher learning. All the communication, all the communicators are here, a mutual communication. Emra, lawyers are here to on this until recently. Now, the law faculty and the Omo control to a large extent the law school are Makola. All the administrators, school of administration, and the all the management skills, all the sociologists, psychologists, and everything is there. Research. Political science, research. So what research informed them that Omo who uses our road can pay this amount of money, and what kind of research no mu? Because one rentable facilities at the time they were renting the facilities, and can't there you will be blocking access to one side. Banks customers will come to the banks. And now, having rented the facility for them, you rent a house for me. At the time, the house has 2 access. And catch them there, you will block it. And I pay for access. People consider all those things as an facilities. Now, it's the midway the program. Now, I block one side there. We so much. Through that side, and they keep changing. You see, the rose architecture of Lagos has changed, and even its usage. Those times I then the central road, the main road is used. Say on one block from the original main gate. You have to pass either on the left, School of Performing Arts, and now law side of to go and pass through the botany department, zoology, and then go and pass in front of Volta Hall. Then you use the middle, so they have restricted use of some roads already. Indeed, commercial vehicles now, all other vehicles, you see the outskirts. So this issue of also disturbing academic work really doesn't strongly hold, because Moji told you, like they will still be passing there. So if they are going to disturb academic work, they will still disturb academic work. But
I see.
All the same, Lagos needs to do things that will improve security. Like Honorable said, in the 80s and 90s, no Moji stickers, because Legon Gate at a certain time they have to close it, and they won't need sticker. They won't allow you access in after, I think that it used to be about 10 p.m. or 12 midnight or so there about. Who was sticker? Then it allows you in. Even quite recently, who needs sticker? You have to leave your driving license at the security point.
That's correct.
Then you go in. Over out, then you come and take it for those who are moving commercial, like taxis and the rest, because of stealing and all kinds of things. So you can do so to improve security. But this commercial team party, especially at the time a bank at the okay, as a government, we will deal with it. I believe that they are embarrassing themselves, because my village or somewhere is understandable, but not University of Ghana.
All right,
the premier university where all the professors are.
1760, 1760, Fabre. Nigeria bring the text message. Honorable will be our Kofi Adams and so on. We'll text message about almighty energy crisis. Ghana. What is happening? Do we necessarily have to go through go through relating to energy and gas? And then I say Acquah, Ghana here about 2002 kilowatts now. I know you high far. Except do we need to call for a forum? Experts no, but nothing. Now, when I have discussions here and deliberations, and I say, in Sherry Guacom, that they mum say a baby 2-1 among an Acquah Amai, and I know actually, you know, Ebianasika Samuswa Quatri, and what is it? You bet this uncle me, but I'm making out text message. Why 24 million cities for World Cup? What about the fall of our health insurance and our education system? Nana Jennifer, you can't expect good yield when you invest poorly. Is the IGP aware of the expenses CIDs have to absorb moving to and fro with accused persons standing trial? Will CIDs be taken on for failing to take accused persons to court within the 48 hours if their superiors fail to provide transport? Now, it is an offense to even accept any help by a complainant to transport police and accused persons to court. Please, there are very sincere CIDs who have to compromise their right because of constraints such as this. IGP, we appreciate your effort, but you are oversimplifying issues too much. From Nantechi upon Kumasi. What Kofi Adams is saying is right. The MPs are spending our monies on funerals and other things. And Peter Humbley from Bator is good for Nanado to come out today so that the followers will know their stand. It seems MPP do not have the men. If they have, why always Nana, Nana, Nana? From Kiki, Kumasi Diaba. And Nanado's declaration today will bring disunity in the MPP. It is not necessary. Is MPP ready for power in 2016 or only interested in promoting the image of Nanado? From George in Tori Wasekropo. Kofi, the assemblies are in arrest for 3 quarters. Even some districts don't have IGF, particularly the new districts from Jan, Sunyane, and Adiaba. Mr. Kofi, I'm always sitting in front of my TV to see you talking because you are the future leader. You are good among other politicians. From Harrison, Atimpoku, Adams, Atimpoku, and this one says, I like your attitude too much. You have a chance. You are the best politician in Ghana I've seen so far. I love you. Keep it up. Nana must step down for Alan. That will be better. For MPP, a draft from Nkrangza and also the Weber. Please be informed that Afoko has been cleared and the chairmanship position and balloted, which of course Afoko is placed third. Okay, I see. And please educate me on this. Is Ghana still selling electricity power to our neighbors? I guess you want to ask. Yes, that's what you want to. That's correct. We are still doing that. And please tell the government to reconsider decisions before 31st March, else serious demo will loom from junior nurses over payment of their arrears. We started work from April to September, and directives came from government in November to controller to pay arrears for only 3 months. They've then decided to pay only January to March 2040 without the 2013 arrears. We are waiting to see what happens. Richard, or Cape Coast, I don't know, so Ediaba. I see. That is why they came up and I said, what is happening? I don't know. You're consulted for us and I said, what is happening?
Why consulted for an alien?
Of course, funny partner said, often
ordinary mind will say that, hey, what's the other person? And I didn't check idea. Of
course, revenue shortfalls.
Anyway, it could be that way. But
there are shortages of revenue, which the revenue mobilizing institution, which the Ministry of Finance. That's one key problem. Yeah, well, revenue targets are sometimes set into achieve targets. And you see, one thing about Unima, or yes, science bank to learn a culture of reporting. so you would be being koye or baby. We should be able to report with the desire that oh yeah, what they are woman. But the part of reporting I good at is to cause mischief. And yet report because you feel that obi ye bibia ending woman. We have to grow that culture.
And when we painting a boss we the bar. Now go me report now. Yes, I could even to na me how secured are you? Even if you are reporting armed robbers to even the police.
Whistleblower.
That's the point.
I don't know how far this is the case, but okay, some security personnel.
That's the point.
Are in cahoot with even land guards.
That's the point.
And robbers.
Yeah. Report.
So these are.
So
you create special officer. That's why it's good to check backgrounds of people we put in to be responsible for some offices. You're able to bring a general security. But some special places like the reporting desk and the rest there should be people what check on backgrounds, how you double check and to be sure that who will easily be swayed.
But that's what I mean. Personally, I think that the Ghana Police Service almost step number taken. I totally disagree. That armbands of I don't accept bribe and blah blah blah. Honestly, let us get it right. It is about mental revolution and attitude change. It is not about bands, any symbolism. Because I witness people on the road still taking and I don't know when that badges or bans are taking effect. And it doesn't stop the Ghanaian driver or the passenger doing that.
To the extent that, I will agree with you to the extent that we have to use more technology.
That's the point. And your woman uniform, I don't accept that. I don't do the bribe. No, because
elsewhere, you do the wrong thing, you give you ticket. That's the end of the matter.
You give you ticket.
But how no? Obu to bageni. Sell cocoa to have 10 million, and I 1,000 Ghana.
You show
1,000 Ghana until you be nipa. Amount 50 Ghana no which is.
But there's an information. Abortion has now been legalized. An NGO called IPAX, by the support of the government, is now doing it. You can make inquiries into that from Ebenezer and IPAX.
Legalized.
What can also help is like say road traffic offences. It's our licensing system. You to me solidly biometric and network. Abrochi easy because when they give you ticket, there's a way there's a way of capturing it in the information.
Yes.
Next time we'll call for renewal of licenses that they can withdraw your license. We should go technology.
More technology. I think we should revisit that patriotic and that commitment to Mother Ghana development. That attitude is back.
It's an egg and chicken.
I know what you need is you indoctrinate people, certain class. So whatever it is, this is your nation. You have to die for it. Until you don't just pick anybody on the sea, say go and do this kind of job. The person should have been you observed, tested, and then indoctrinated. Say Ghana is everything for him. And also, I know could you know here because one is an open. So when you teaching, when I say no truck with them, we charge them satisfaction. But be up at you a man Juma. That's where you recruit criminals to be our security officers.
All right. Okay. Yeah, the lucky about claim Farsi, medical catcher, Yadibia than the crown cordas Viano, or the Kotomo, but special bitters in the mixture. Lucky Heba bitters, Kutia cocoa, and lucky Heba mixture, so Kutia malaria. Oh, on a check. Kaswa, in the Kwanso, Accra, so Kanishi first light, Ujina crack them anymore. Now, Osho and Nimsusa, bones on the wall. Sazona, Gomwa Gakrum, Winneba Junction, Aguna Swedro Quantum Pon. So, Fernandesi 0243 201244, 0243 201244, and 0277 465855, and 0242 238745. We are called energy crisis. So, but we guys have an interesting text message. What the MPs do with the NHI fund is that the MPs have their own construction company registered in different name and okay, so let me educate you a bit. It's not possible, sir. They all can. Energy crisis.
It's a very difficult subject there to handle, but you're then Ghana ni bia sorry and now be our Ghana ha or sorry no pa and you're expecting there will be in the piper in Subeba. Adesana so copia or son a lighter or benya kania or the baby bibi. Yamia na Adom na so fan na heat wo ho maybe or be in the fan or benya power fan na be ejuma ma no so wetuma da kakrama and the next day or sorry in a healthy situation. So whatever explanation for the situation that we find ourselves in, any acceptable to the consumer. But unfortunate as it is. Ebi wo ho any yankasa yen doing. Ghana any skaka kraba na ye de ko share West African gas pipeline project you. Any Nigeria for continue mutua for the infrastructure. Ghana yitie bi. Togo for sutie bi. I think Benin sutie bi. And as it stands now, unless they have reviewed the Mrana FA pipeline, Ghana in yen gas now is in excess, and we want to even sell to Benin. We cannot use that pipeline. So yes, Peniska, with the understanding that ye benya gas na ye debe power yen system, and then under President Kufuor Sonia. Asogli power plant Ibaya Omuma 200 megawatts now, solely powered with what? Gas. Omun Fabibia light crude and Omun Nim machines they use light crude. So they were going to depend on this gas from Nigeria. And a problem because Baho. Time a problem no by I didn't say that government was looking at transporting the gas by road. Because at least from Ahad to Nigeria and Sheda such a long distance, there's no sea between us. Luckily, ye pipeline. Ye pipeline, since you gas now, instead of the 120 cubic liters and I friend then the feet, between 30 and 70 and so bibia. Unfortunately for us, also. VRA for one Aboise plant crew or no so yetumu power with light crude in one of them. So we've lost that one at this moment. Material more fixing a way, so it's almost going to work. And the Nigeria for the failure to KT Hamonica there, we should take Nigeria on. But it's not easy like that. Even though anyone who agreement, it's not easy to just take them on like that for failure on their part to fulfill the contract. Because yes, so Togo, I think Benin and Burkina, there was agreement to give them some power to the almost about 80 or plus megawatts. But you are ready to 10 megawatts. Almost you have an agreement to give us 80, so you must give us 80. You only have to negotiate. Through that, there's a contract that they have not been able to fulfill, though. But it's not. What court says here, what do you want to call court? All they will decide is that, okay, we'll stop supplying you completely whilst we litigate. Meanwhile, you need it. You need the gas now. We don't need gas. No, you Ghana gas for no. We yen gas. So we don't have our own gas. We have to depend on them. But I'm happy that Minister no call Hono, I hear some results is coming up. But that is where the question now arises. Why should we wait till this point for the president to ask that move before you move? We're a political head of an institution now. And now we're in charge management of a particular establishment, that VRA, whoever is you know that this possibly will happen. You should engage your counterparts in the other countries earlier. Maybe if they had moved earlier, maybe they could have upped the gas. But unfortunate artists is see, Matilda Ebinumu blame President Kokade Dumsonako. It was true. There at the stage, with the coming on board with we President Kufuor say President Mills came and also continue added what he can, and President Mahama Abresu Yediwiye, it came on board, so it added to solving some of the problem. Tico 2 was Takrade or also Bekahu, so it added to solving some of the problem. But Semuoma, like Honorable said, 3 kids, they go to school, and maybe they used to walk to school, and now you bought a car and you promised them that, oh, my talk auntie, say I'm on and think school, you move school within 5 minutes, now you do it because you had the car instead of walking. Now, car no break it down. It's not because he did not buy the car. It's because maybe something had happened to the car that you need to fix. I believe we have to overcome this perennial energy problems. However, and solve this problem now. Investment, we will invite people to come, but they will not come because energy is key. And there, like pan. Oh, if today ECG is not giving you power, you can go to a shop and go and buy power. It's not like that.
So, probably a political question. It's not a question of, say, this administration are failing in terms of managing the crisis because of lacking
no. That one, I completely will disagree with you because, look, all governments, look, Kwame Nkrumah see Akosombo Dam, Achampon, the Bond Dam Bekahu, President Rawlings by or retrofitting of the Akosombo Dam to up the amount of energy from Akosombo. Now, Bresuna, you introduce the thermal system also to have a mix because of water problems. Where we should start thinking, all of us as a country, and I'm happy the Honorable Member of Parliament is here, and I will engage some other executive members, is to look at the tax component on solar panels and solar energy. Because Matide quite expensive. So you're able to make tax no create completely. Now omubetum will go on solar. It will be reducing the amount of energy that people will depend on from VRA, from Sonia Asogli, from all the other sources. So it's good sometimes to lose the tax on those batteries, on those panels.
The 3-bedroom facility solar, is going for about 15,000.
And can you imagine that a lot of those people will be using solar, You may be saving almost about 80 to 100 megawatts.
But the point is that front money, and they say there will be a drilling issue if you now catch 12,000 Ghana cedi to about 8,000 Ghana cedi.
Maybe Nipano Yejinisa because of the tax component on parts now. If there is that concession. The amount of money and Nipano Bitu so bebe then beba down.
All right,
and also bad down, maybe deposit no so then beba down. So the middle and the upper class may be able to afford that and free for the rest.
You try one back, they are trying come on so. Yes, Abba, honorable interest in Indian on energy.
That's I want you. Na low shedding a chess, I want you. Na me just a low shedding there, a shas yache. Say, I legalized more or less. Say the time table about. So this week, na say a ba energy hunsem, back can near Hunsani in Yabia, a say no more be. Bank of Ghana report last year, said part of the reason that economy I'm picking up, is energy crisis. The Asamba, I did be high on the mobile brain. Will be on the factory. I'm funny Peguma, Mamuya Juma. A canon I say Bomo, and that's what you've been ready. Will be on any day to be said, barbering shop. I want to meet a crab, a boho. Or corner light in the wa, Oba Bakacho say, Kanya Honti, into me Yajuma. Now also the Sicabono. Inti, I watch in the room. Na says a utia buyer. I say, Binumo, a yadia to say. no man shed anko chairman of energy committee Dr. Adom or say self-inflicted. So no headline what kind story na person can say abaya am fasika ma amia anya adwuma I will say omo yo energy adwuma omo ye utie yura sipa yanki Ghana gas na enra no sister station ko mo interview no no ama new deadline say by June there ebenya gas and I'm say am deadline sa promise ya so mama pon nyina nheme na be 7 months na sika maya e de be omo ye de ni ato am so say omo sika baba nka omo mfa ma utie yura amabu a ono so say say no sika de better fuel and a damage to equipment and I mean a deficit of 300 to 400 megawatts. In terms of buying paying for the beer casano ya to me say sono ebi free a buying and casa na ingna management because sabi Ghana no yantifa ko nya ni yenyi into the BBC we this so ya infienum o sha sia na odi so saa no aye problem akwa na e won say o hwe institutions ni na aye and energy na obia won the problem very e kada ho yenye sika mfa mamu enye ne woso mo ye ukọ to a nsemo ho Ghana gas de ni akai ukọ bossa nsemo ho ansa na isi gina nkasa so wo mo problems nti se bibi banamo ehu kwan be fa so a o de besi anokwan a na ebeto a o sesa no no eno so obebre o ma ansa na watima ye and no situation e wo mu sese no. Now we have to find a way of going forward, managing it. Yes, sir. I can say maybe next year, next 2 years, next 3 years. I better I can the same thing. Now, I don't think it's still yet do. And in the year I will say you need to Nigeria for also. Because I'm starting car NEPA. Never expect power always, no. Ne. This woman can say to me. Who ni omo yom huna e de ni atom so say even though you see pipeline no you need am so say mo the gas ba ni betwa entina ye nya oye no so e kan say ye gas plant aka ho ana say Ghana gas ba ama yes so yetimi di abodi kro no o man no industries ne kaka ho if you say opeso bi ba krom ha yisika ba krom ha be ye no mo bebre no ni say mukani ansem no twitwe sisi a enya
ndasoni ho hwe kwa ka say na mi nkoku de voie because Cote d'Ivoire mo kun wie no say watara wo hwe o man so odi no ma bebre atutu ha office obetuma ya mama fo asa ba ho e de adwuma na sika na bibia asa bo mama o mo so ho atom nti more or less we are competing with our neighbors. Nti obi hu se ahara me kwa me boka sei no man sisi so mi hu se na amenya misika me de ahye mu a na me nkwa ha ansa na ye tikum anso ye nya kane a bia ni ho ye be yi because ipa say na betima to generator generator akwakoto nso fuwa na akwakoto agum fuwa nso sabi ye tubi de nso se no ye no a oba bi na de ba e na de bia so every month bia akwa nso o see ahwese betum na yentum depending on say dollar cost ne kaka ho ni na me feel say management na ya managing ya this year by the end of the year economic growth no it will still be because no be able say na yentumi nye times ahead near that hard
we need more assurance from government than what we are seeing now because ebe no ya doso and na me de bia me ka ebia o kan bi no montiase me many ngi so cutting ho me many commission na many ho ye wie ese ade ni ye wie say ahoto aba say me de obi atimi kan bi and sometimes people even say energy sector is it too big for one ministry ebi no kwa nya anka to focus more attention we may have to even divide the sector because BBR shall say GMPC to VRA, boss, Ghana Gas, ECG,
Exhaust dodo.
Grico.
We have come a long way. It used to be mines and energy.
Mines
we
and
took
energy.
mines off to another.
See, all those are issues. And things are not good, even though world happiness day. These are really not.
I should say that abandon commitment, the all be delay with the energy situation. I think quite high. The problem are back, Acquah outside of because nobody really expected that the situation will get to a point that Nigeria because gas levels are quite high. But Acquah the demand for gas now locally has gone up because a lot of private sector interest. The good luck by he is also willing to generate more energy and to reduce the NEPA situation than it used to be. And that is why once our gas, and I'm so happy that we established Ghana Gas and Yana Yakope Yenska Yede project. Ubian control sa gas and Yana Yebe decided so much that we are using, this much we are selling out. And the Ubian Bibia Ebe higher. Oh, but it will surely come. This and gas is human also. June dates now, Mumano.
Promises need too much.
I may not even accept it because look, a big project, and the way it is, you cannot fire completely. You have to do it in a regulated way so that the problem be what baby you will be able to deal with it. So June date now, Mumano is about full commissioning. I don't think we can get full commissioning by June. We should be targeting September for gas.
On politics.
Yeah.
Nanado, 11 o'clock.
Oh, Nanado.
Adom TV.
I'm really worried, but with text messages now, it tells you because about 2/3 were against and 1/3 were for. Text now we read like we're against that. Any pronouncement could affect the unity of the party. Especially that or more prepare for elections, internal elections, like executive elections. He could have exercised some patience and wait for elections. Now you can be nomination for flag bearership. No, the issue about the political future. I think that, but whatever it is, me I'm over in this, me I don't mind because
it's a threat to the NDC.
Nanado, my mama the reason, and I'll answer it after the reason. In the year 2008, now leaded by almost one full stadium like Accra Sports Stadium. He was leading the first round. By the second round, our late president Professor Mills beat him to it. Yeko time crown no Mogwane Mwamba, and we won. 2012, this time round, Yanko second round, first round, shum. So the persons, it means he has picked. You will be a friend actualize. He has actualized. 2008, was no actualization level. He has actualized politically in terms of votes from Ghanaians, and now he's coming down. From 3 rounds of voting to declare a president to first round, and the who be contesting against the same person. Who be contesting against the same person? Me, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. No, I'm not kind of. Is he a threat?
And I will say, be 100 meters. No, I can so be area start. Or the clears of a corner when we are start. On the be any game plan. Some main cast and meko. What person could be also. Also, be count there. Opa can say, and I say, you Tamalia Waka. Now, as to what I say, what could be a channel there? Professor Moses, no West record still be a.
Professor Moses was increasing every other
president.
No, but he was increasing every other elections.
Oh, every other election.
Oh no, 2004.
Sitting vice president. Olusu first round, Olusu second round.
You know that vice president Aliu Muhammad Lucy internal election. Onya 200 votes.
National election. National election. Oh, we are. Me expecting say, and then another kasa. Nabia kasa wa kasa no me kasa may come in Kono Jahoko or become the state of the nation.
Okay.
As at now. Now, what conclude say, and until the person is giving what chair MPP for. The bedu suda be any pa 200,000 e go to aba. Now we decide.
Right, that's it. Chairmanship race, you know, are you able to stick out your neck?
Oh, no, because of my position, rule I have play a part in Gaza. Been twin Kasab and things are.
My father, I had the boy.
Sir, and I list.
The list, you know. I see Oticho Bassi. Maybe a delegate in the any rule.
Do I opinion pool?
Did any or say Paula Foucault?
Then I asked
Paula Foucault, from Japan, John Bodu. Samioku. The Edu man or say Mausi be more surprise. It is another day, maybe also.
The 12% you know.
Yeah, ready for anybody. All right. Yeah, ready for anybody.
Oh, yeah, biodata. Can you imagine say no incumbent chairman is complaining?
No. Oh, yeah, timetable. Oh, yeah, timetable about. Yeah, share registration.
Because with the registration, I excuse how many years now?
What the year we court? So there are governance issues that we have to deal with. We are in government, so we are solving.
Nanado, honum any fear. I want for ya boy a crowd or more chance, and I know Nana, the end and I becca another pay.
Oh, Beko.
Alan Chimantana Baumi and I say, Jugati and I say, Gambucha and I say, Usan Command. I say, so also the source of another. Oh, no.
MPP as a political party is a threat.
It is also a life picture.
It's a threat to us. Now, what the Omodi Nanado Bar will deal with him.
Yeah, that we now must be.